Alright, Mr. Sotko here, and welcome back to another Wargame Red Dragon replay cast. Today it's a 1 vs 1 between our blue player, Georgia S. Patton, who is currently rank 2 on the leaderboards, and our red player, Amber T, who is currently rank 26, I do believe, as of casting this. And now we're going to speed this on up just a little bit. And I just want to say why I haven't casted a replay in many, many days. I think it was 5 or 6 days since I've been casting a Wargame Red Dragon game. I was up in the state of Colorado. I currently live in Arizona. I was reconnoitering the area, if you will, as I will be moving there in a few months. And it was a 13-hour drive there. Left Friday morning. Didn't get back till Monday afternoon. 13-hour drive all the way back, which is an impressive amount of driving time. And let me just tell you, it certainly sucks. So I wanted to get right back into casting. I'm a little bit tired, but wanted to do it anyway because it's just so much fun. It looks like a Russian deck from George S. Patton, and I do believe this is a mixed deck. Looks like we have some East Germany and some Russian units. So we will have to see there. And we'll speed this up just a little bit more. These units get on out. And going up the center here, lots of troops. T-80, T-72 BU, OSA moving up there. In the middle for Amber T, slightly less armor, lesser so armor, Type 63 Recon, and not moving too much out to Foxtrot there for Amber T, a little bit more so for George S. Patton, and not moving too much to Bravo either. Both sides moving up the middle a little bit more heavily. Gonna get in the wood line and secure all the site in this area here. Always a good idea. And on this map, I actually really like to do sort of infantry pushes across the open and sort of just mass a bunch of infantry here and make sure they're all split up into individual squads and sort of push them across in a line like so, and then have a bunch of tanks lined up here, a lot of cheap tanks. And when their tanks fire on your tanks, then your tanks will fire on their or when their tanks fire on your infantry, your tanks will fire on their tanks. And you will win and push them out of the territory. So a very good map to do that on. I pretty much do it just about every time I play this map, one way or another. Mutt shoots in here, going to hold the area, but the Ka-29 blasting them out. And now the battle will begin here in the center. VDV versus the Mott shoots in Type 63 as well. And actually, I think my sound may be a little bit too loud. It may have been changed up just a little bit when I was streaming. And speaking of streaming, I do stream usually about 2 p.m. or so, usually noon, 2 p.m.-ish onward. So if you want to get in on that action, it's usually Arizona time at 12 p.m. Arizona time. So just Google that and sort of extrapolate, if you will. VDV in the line here. Going to be vampiring those T-64s. T-64 is doing surprisingly well here. And the T-72 BU going to be moving up to the edge. Picking out some BMPs. The BU heavily damaged, only 3 bars of health left. And if these T-64s get a little bit too close, there they go, takes out 1 bar there. T-64 does 18. And has 22 frontal armor on that BU, so these T-64s have to be much further range than their maximum range to actually do any damage to that. So far, 64-0, George S. Patton, our blue player, captured Delta Alpha first, as that Furung's UAZ took a little bit of time to get into Delta, allowed a 64-point advantage there. Tor moving up to the edge, but no real air power in the sky at the moment. And now some T-64, a T-64 BM of Patton's moving up, but it takes too many shots from those T-64s. This T-72 BU trying to get the flank side of those T-64s. Another shot goes at that T-72 BU, but misses. And that BM is backing up. 1 bar of health left on that. It is in a pretty bad condition at the moment. T64 launches, and will it hit? It does. So no more T64 BM for Patton. I'll bring it up a Ural, 2 Urals, but a little bit too late. Those Urals were going to be repairing that 64, but already taken out. Now we have a K-52 in the air for Patton. Moving on to the danger zone, if you will. And there has been a lot of danger zone lately with those Tomcats. And they are pretty good. And they launch at over 12,000 meters. But the only problem is they have 40% accuracy, which is combined with the ECM of planes and such. It's pretty abysmal. But still very, very good nonetheless. My top choice now for ASF. Pretty much everybody's top choice now for ASF. But just to let anybody know that plays Red 4 a lot and hates on the Tomcats, well, you're probably pretty justified in hating on them. But just remember, 40% accuracy is pretty lame. Very, very easy to dodge them. K-29 there, CV moving into Bravo for George S. Patton. He's going to be taking that first, as he did get the line over here. Now get to stop anything moving up through here. And that BU is in abysmal condition. And I think I really like the word abysmal right now. It's an abysmal word, abysmal. 2 Urals coming over here to repair up that BU. And once that's in good condition, he actually has the weapons off, so nothing fires on it. So Amber T in a bad situation at the moment, unable to get into Bravo through this way. We'll have to go all the way around or get some excellent recon up there. These Lee Wrens going to be pushing up and going to get that recon and push into this wood line here and take Bravo. This wood line is very, very important for holding Bravo. And once again, a good situation to actually push troops up. Just very, very cheap troops to push across the line here. And when these BMP3s and all this such BRDM fires on it, then a tank will actually be able to see all that and will be able to fire on it. BRDM firing away on the BMP1s, moving across open ground here and getting all kinds of wrecked up. They just cannot see that BRDM at the moment. And Foxtrot, both sides, not really taking anything here. A CV could easily be placed from both sides. BTR-90 moving all the way across the area here. We're trying to get a flank around on whatever it particularly can. And additional Type 63s moving up for Amber T. MiG-23, take out that Mi-24 there. And the Tor firing away now, and 1 hit on that MiG-23, and the next hit takes out that MiG-23 there. Good job, Tor. MiG-23 falls, and not really worthwhile engage to take out that Mi-24. Mott-Schutzen trying to get out of there as soon as possible. The BRDM going to be firing away, taking a lot of chunks out of these Mott-Schutzen, but they should be able to get out of the range of that BRDM soon. JHC tries to take out that K-52, fails in doing so. And it takes no damage, though, so it should be... Oh, no, is actually not evacing. I thought it was going to be evacing, and going to come around again for a second hit. Should be able to get this K-52, and does. So successfully takes out the K-52, and does some good damage to the K-29 as well. Now the Tor will finish off that K-29, and one-shots that. Patton bringing over additional troops here to Foxtrot now. Now +1 advantage for Patton for taking the backside of Bravo there. And Amber T could zero this out. And the BTR-90 now takes out that UAZ, and that's going to be grim for Amber T at the moment. Now +2 advantage for George S. Patton. Very, very nice. Took that BTR-90 all the way around the woods there and got to that CV. So take note of that. That was a very good move. And we'll see what Amber T decides to do to get Echo back. Just has this Furanx UAZ here. So we'll have to pick that back up and move that on to Echo, but has to get rid of that BTR-90 first. And now the BMP-1 going to be moving through the area. And going to try and scout out that BTR-90. Drops off the Mott-Schutzen. And they will be walking through the woods now. Now that BTR-90 is going to be bailing out of the area here. But it fires. And if those weapons were off, that probably would have been a better situation. But you roll on down here. And going to be resupplying at that fob. The UAZ was moving out to Echo there down the road, but it's going to take the long way around, as that BTR-90 could easily take it out, and that would be really bad for Amber T. That would be good game for Amber T. Mott-Schutzen spreading out through the woods after that BTR-90, but they are way too far. This BMP-1's trying to get at that BTR-90. Now bringing that T-64M or BM and the Type 63 into the woods as well. Meanwhile, that T-72 BU moving forward, but the T-64 BMs firing away and doing huge damage to that BU. As they are so close in range, they are actually able to penetrate that frontal armor, even though it's 4 above their AP power. T-64 takes out that BTR-90, and now the UAZ is good to go, but a +5 advantage for George S. Patton right now for taking away that Delta. And Foxtrot for that matter as well. So while that BTR-90 was ravaging Echo there, the UAZ has taken Foxtrot, leaving a +5 advantage. Now a +4 advantage once Echo has been captured. Now another UAZ is being brought out. And going to need a lot more than that. Going to need one for Foxtrot and for Bravo to be able to win this game. However, Bravo is pretty well covered. Not so much anymore now that that BU is gone. VDV now going to be trying to get into the edge of the woodline here. It's Mott-Schutzen to hold it off, but they won't last forever here. The BTR-90, BTR-D firing on it now. And the BTR-D only has a 7.62. However, those Mott-Schutzen, no match for the range, and the VDV as well. Now the MI8 also firing away. Doing a fairly good job of defending that J8C. Finishes off that MI helicopter, but 11 VDV will make it into the town now. They do have that CQC, both with CQC. They should be able to engage each other fairly well. However, with the help of those BTR-Ds, as long as they stay back outside of that RPG-7 range, now that UAZ is going to be parked into Delta. Going to take 2 points away from George S. Patton here, but still at a +2 advantage. 340 to 0. And let's look at it from the other way. MI-24 VP firing away on the BTR-Ds. Not going to last too much longer here. 6 VDV to 5 Mott-Schutzen. However, now that MI-24 there, will be able to finish off these VDV no problem, but even still owns a Foxtrot there with that T-80 to defend that UAZ. And the Spetsnaz grew, not to mention the Gornostroki as well. Lee Ren have made it all the way into the town here at the edge of Alpha, so we're going to be seeing what's going on here. T-64 BM has brought to a little chunk of woods there. And now Mott-Schutzen are moving across open ground. Looks like he's going to try and force him out of Alpha here. And that may be the only chance here to actually try and turn the game around. BMP ones with Motschützen moving into the wood line, perhaps trying to get around to the edge. T-64 BMs takes out that BRDM recon vehicle pretty quickly there. Motschützen going to be trying to make it into the wood line, or into the town line rather, but the Gornostrokian VDV going to give him a hard time. Motschützen don't quite make it there. T-64 BMs trying to push forward, and another T-64 BM holding them off for now. But both of them launching Cobras, and I don't think this T-64 BM is going to last all that much longer. It's a matter of RNG at the moment. The Motschützen now going to be pushing in that BMP-1 as well, but that T-80 going to be giving it a hard time and stops it in its tracks. Now the Motschützen have to back off for now. Unable to push forward there. Another Führungs UAZ is moving across the way here, and I'm not sure what it's doing. It might be going to Bravo. And the other UAZ here is going to be going to Foxtrot, going to try and neutralize that. But only 70 points left for George S. Patton to win the game. So at the moment here, it's not looking too good. This UAZ will be parked in the back of Foxtrot. We'll put it at a +1 advantage for George S. Patton. And if the other UAZ can either get into Bravo or even into the back of Alpha, that would be pretty good. Could give a, if this is captured here with this UAZ, which it certainly is, and if this UAZ here can get into the edge of the woods at the back, that will actually give him a +1 advantage. And we'll actually start winning the game. Very, very slowly, that is, and I don't think he'll actually win the game regardless, even if he had that +1 advantage, as there's only 22 minutes left, which is usually plenty of time to get just about anything done in Wargame. However, to get 500 points in 20 minutes with an only +1 advantage will certainly take a long time. S-10s there, take out that helicopter, along with help of the tour. Now the UAZ will be in the back of Alpha here. However, these VDV could be pushed forward and try to get at that, try to sort of lunge after that UAZ, if you will. Now, neutralize that. Now a +1 advantage. MiG-27 now moving in and going after the T-64 BM. Successfully takes that out. And Osa firing away, but misses it now out of missiles. And the T-64 BM there takes a Cobra, now trying to get out of there as soon as possible. BMP-3 here, moving on up. And recently the BMP-3 had its Arcan missiles reduced. It usually had a 6, now it only has 4. Which is a change that I, well, for anybody that plays Red 4, I'm very, very sorry, but I have to agree with. As the BMP-3 was easily masked, particularly at the beginning of a game, when you had the funds to do it. Only a 35 cost vehicle and 21 AP power missile, which isn't the greatest missile, but they, like I said, they are very easily masked, particularly at the beginning of a game when you have all of your starting funds. You can bring out your Motostrelki and the BMP-3s, get 5 or even 6 of them, and you can pretty much take out any group bulk of tanks that blue 4 can send at you, or red 4 for that matter. Even though the majority of the time they typically miss, the accuracy 50%, but a lot of the times it's never that great. But even still, I think they had a little bit too many missiles. 6 was quite a bit, particularly if you had a few of them. Even now, 3 of them with 6 missiles each is 18 missiles. More than enough to pretty much kill anything that moves. Now the Tor in trouble here, and both of them miss. And as you can see, they do kind of miss a lot, though. But 6 missiles still. Still a +1 advantage at the moment here. However, in 19 minutes, we'll not be able to get 500. So Bravo is going to have to be neutralized as well. Here comes the VDV now. They did come out of that town. And as I said before, they can pretty much just push after that UAZ. Now the UAZ is forced out of Alpha. Now, George S. Patton has that +1 advantage again. Here come the BMP-3s, and that is taken out. Not even sure what actually got that. If the VDV may have gotten that before the BMP-3s did. Not really sure. But either way, it is now down, and that's got to be a big blow to Amber T there. As nothing left. JHC takes out those VDV. And the MiG-25. Quite the useful plane, the J8C. Type 63 is moving across the way, but here come the Arcans. Finishes off that one. Osa fires at the J8C there, and one more shot will finish it off, and it does. Strikes it. No more a J8C there. The Ural resupplying that radar missiles as it fires them, but not too much left in the Ural there. Only about 80 supply. Su-24 now moving across the way. And I'm going to try and seed that Osa, but the Osa is off, so it's not going to happen. However, the Osa now fires as the Su-24 turns away. Misses it, though. Another Osa is on the way to the battlefield, but there's only 9 points left to go. And now the MiG-27 here going after that Osa. And it takes a shot immediately. And followed by a second one. Now an elite Osa. Its accuracy is quite good now. And that will be game. George S. Patton dominated the game pretty well. And took over Bravo there in that side forest. And got to the front side of that forest to his opponent's side. So that Amber T could never actually get to Bravo, or at least not very easily. And I think that was a fairly deciding factor in the game, actually. As Bravo was never even remotely contested by Amber T, except I think in the very beginning. And it wasn't quite enough. But I hope you guys enjoyed the replay, and I'll see you guys next time.